Hi everyone, this is Shven, ready to make some hamburger buns, and just to show you that it can be made right in your kitchen. Okay, let's go over the dry ingredients. First we have three cups of all-purpose flour and a teaspoon of salt. Okay, now for the wet ingredients, we have 2 tablespoons of yeast. And we also have a 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of oil. Now it could be any oil. I'm using canola oil right now. And then I also have a cup and a little bit over a cup of warm water. Okay, and those are my wet ingredients. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my wet ingredients together. Okay, so I'm going to pour in the yeast. And we have the sugar. And the oil. And now the warm water. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to whisk together these wet ingredients very well. Okay, so now we're going to let that set for about 5-10 minutes, well, actually 5-7 minutes maybe, just until that we can see that the yeast is getting active. And once that finishes, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, well, here's what I mean by it proofing. Okay, you can see that it, the yeast has bubbled up everything. Okay, and that's what it's supposed to do. Okay, so once you have this the way it is, we're going to mix the wet with the dry, and we're going to combine it pretty good, mix it really well. Okay, until it becomes a dough. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I got to get my hands wet, or in the mix of all this, and I'm going to do it by hand, and once it's done I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, here we are. Formed it into a dough, in a ball, and I've got it in this bowl, and I covered it with some saran wrap, and I'm going to let it sit for a little bit because I want it to double its size. So I'll let it sit for about 10 minutes. I don't want it to get, well, actually, I don't want it to get double its size. I just want it to get a little bit larger. But once it does, in about 10 minutes, I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to start kneading the dough. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back. As you can see that it definitely got a lot bigger, and it did double in size. So anyway, which is fine, because I'm going to knead it anyway. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to knead it for about 5 minutes. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to flour your cutting board, or the surface that you're going to put the dough on. And once it's there, then you're going to start kneading. And you want to flour your hands because, the dough's going to be a little bit tacky. Okay, and it's going to want to stick to your fingers. And so what you want to do is, after you flour your hands, you take out the dough, and then you start kneading it, and you'll fold over the sides on each side, and then you push, and you do that for about 5 minutes. Okay, and once that's done, then we're gonna separate it into the hamburger bun, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Okay, so let me do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, thanks. Alright folks, here's my dough. Got it into a ball, and you can see that it's nice and elastic, and if you push down, it doesn't really come all the way up. It's ready. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to split this into hamburger buns. Now this should make about 8 buns. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put it on a greased pan, which I used the spray oil on it, and I'm setting it in there. Then I'm going to cover it and let it set for about 5 minutes before I start to bake. I will preheat my oven at this time to 425 degrees, and I'm bake anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes. I'm also going to brush the top with a little bit of butter so that it can become golden brown. It just adds more flavor, and it just looks a lot nicer. So you'll see what I mean. Okay, so let me do that, and I'll get right back with you. All right. Okay, guys, here's the buns I made into buns with my hands, and I'm going to let these set and let rise a little bit for about 5 minutes before I put them in the oven. But also before I do that, I am going to put a little bit of butter on top, as I said before, and we're going to put them in the oven for about between 8 and 12 minutes. You have to watch it. It depends on your oven. Depends on your oven as far as how long it's going to take to cook. But I got a feeling that these will be done in about 9 minutes with my oven. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, let me just say this. Before I made these into buns and I was mixing the flour and the wedding greens together, I did add some crushed red pepper or black pepper into this. Okay, and that's the little spots that you see around the buns. My wife just loves pepper, and she just loves it to death. So this is what I do every once in a while. The other thing is I did put the butter on top of each bun. Now when you do this, you want to make sure that you do it very, very lightly, because you don't want it to, you don't want to press down on the bun, otherwise you're going to have a flat bun, and nobody likes that. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in my oven and go to the oven. It's already preheated to 425 degrees, and I'm going to bake this from 8 to 12 minutes. It's probably going to take only about 9. Okay, there you go. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, just want to show you, just pull them out of the oven. They're still hot, and I want to let them set for a little while and cool down, because they are hot. I can't even separate them right now to show you what they look like inside, but I guarantee you can see that they're nice and crispy on the outside. Well, not really crispy, but hard, a little bit hard on the outside, and soft on the inside. Perfect hamburger buns. Okay, so this is what they look like, and I hope you try this recipe, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think, and I'm sure you're going to love them, because they're great buns. Alright, until next time, enjoy.